can't hear us yet. And just check it's gone to the group. Why haven't you connected? Oh, it's connecting. I'll mute you just to be sure. Okay, I think we're on a countdown in the group. Let me just check. It's very clever. Very clever. Oh yeah, it clearly doesn't mute me at all. So if you're watching the countdown in the group, you can hear me. Make that big so I can see it. You can't see that because you're in the Zoom room. Well, actually, some of you watching this are in the Facebook group, but my countdown worked. Although I think my voice was over it going, morning, everybody, morning. But that's okay. Good morning, everyone. It feels like ages since I've seen you. It's 2 weeks because last week we were in the middle of a bit of mayhem. My mum had a fall. My mum is 90 and has dementia and ended up with stitches and has been somewhat up and down since. So we're looking at that at the moment, helping her with that. Okay, let's. Thank you. So I've set, for those watching in Facebook, you're always welcome to come and join us in the Zoom room as well. I'm just going to spotlight myself and then go back to gallery view. You do not get projected into the Facebook group. Just hit record. You do not get projected into the Facebook group because I use a separate laptop. I use a separate laptop because I would project you into the Facebook group. I really would if I was live streaming and Zooming from the same account. I've done it before. I'd do it again. Okay, take a moment. Take a moment. Getting ready to greet the day, even if you've already greeted the day for several hours, you can still greet the day, whatever time it is and whatever time you got up. I'll get rid of this hair. There we go. It's on my face. So first of all, sit or stand comfortably, wherever you are. Move the dog steps. Lulu's ensconced on the sofa. She may come to the mat to join us. She likes to grace us with her presence. Notice where you are. Have a little look around the room or the space that you're in. And name some of the things that you see without getting into the stories of them. Look at one item and look at the texture, the colour, the contrasts of colour perhaps, if there are any. And then notice what you can hear. I have a clicking, a ticking clock. I was going to say a clicking talk. That's the state of my brain this morning. Notice what you can smell, what you can taste. And then notice the ground beneath you. So if you're standing, you can feel your feet on the ground. If you're in a chair or sitting on a mat or bed, feel that support. Gravity is keeping you rooted to the ground, and the earth rises up to support you. Imagining the roots of a tree as though the roots of you as a tree down into the ground and rising up, out. And then feel into that length up through the back of your body, up through the length of your spine, out through the top of your head, like somebody's pulling a little string that can lengthen your spine. A bit warm. So lengthening up. And then down the front, see if you can invite softness across your forehead, your cheeks, your jaw, your shoulders, your chest, your belly. And you can do that with the breath. So breathing in, lengthening up through the spine. Breathing out, softening down the front. One more. And maybe you'll let out a sigh. Breathing in and lengthen. And bring to mind someone who makes you smile. Past, present, pet, person. Or if you're in the Zoom room, you can take a little look at the screen and see some faces peeping back at you, blowing you kisses and doing hearts. That's what's going on in the Zoom room. That's the vibe this morning. Okay, let's lean into a little bit of movement and calibrating this as you need it. What does that mean? It means fairy steps. It means only moving a tiny amount if a tiny amount is what you want and need. So as you breathe in, sense into expansion. As you breathe out, sense softening. And you do not have to do what I do. You can go rogue. You can do whatever you choose. Or you can come with me. Breathing in, maybe lifting the arms a little. You might just lift your fingertips. On Sunday, I couldn't really even lift my fingertips. I might have considered visualizing lifting one fingertip. So breathing in and lift whatever wants to lift. Breathing out and soften. Breathing in, you might go higher, you might not. Breathing out and soften. Breathing in, your pace might be different as well. It's like we're slow motion birds flying in the Zoom room. Breathing in. And breathing out. Maybe you can feel that. We'll do one more and feel that lengthening up through the spine at the back. And softening down through the front. And pause. Noticing any shift, any change. And then take some circles, if you wish. Everything is an invitation. Nothing is an instruction. There's some lovely yawns going on in the Zoom room. It would be, let your circles grow. My arms did it all on their own, but let your circles, your movement grow from your fingertips up through your arms, maybe involving your shoulders. And that might encourage a little bit of sort of a cat-cow movement where you're rounding through the spine or opening through the chest. Rounding and opening. So it's mainly arms. Maybe you're not symmetrical. Maybe you'll bring in a little bit of asymmetrical movement or across the midline, like you're pushing something away, but gentle. It's now like a slow motion rave in the Zoom room. slow motion rave though. Maybe that across can reach a bit higher. And feeling it, noticing how you're breathing as you move. And then take a symmetrical movement, whatever that is, maybe arms up and arms down, to pause. Because your body, your nervous system appreciates the asymmetry. It's very good for your neuroplasticity. But your body, your nervous system appreciates following it up with symmetry. And then attention to your legs and feet. So you might take some circles, your ankles. My joints are all jangly today. We went to London on Saturday, and that's why I was worn out on Sunday. And everything's jangling. Let that movement grow. Move up your leg. Careful you don't fall over. Same in a chair, or if you're lying in bed. And let's move that out. If you can lie down and do this, you might even find it easier. Don't stick your head in a chair. Then you might want to move them both at once if you're in a chair, but if you're lying down. But it doesn't matter what you do. Just bringing some movement, maybe some circles at the hip joints. It doesn't matter where you are, what position you're in. You can take the movements that suit you. So you can still have circles at the hip joint sitting in a chair. Gentle and as you need, and then come back to stillness. Pause and notice. Notice your body, notice your breath. Notice them working together. And then you might come to standing, but you don't have to. If you do come to standing, and even if you're seated, see if you can put your feet flat and rock your feet a little back and forth, lifting up your toes and then placing them down again, seeing if you can spread your toes wide. Maybe rock side to side as well. Even coming onto the sides of your feet a little bit. Same seated. You can have your knees bent. If you're lying down, rock back and forth again. Hold on to something if you're wobbly. And then bring the arms back in. Breathing in, take the arms up. Breathing out. Let them come down. Soften the knees, breathing in, let them come up. Taking your gaze up at the same time. So let your gaze follow your arms, breathing in. Take them up. Breathing out. Gaze down, arms down. This time, leave the arms up there. No, this time come onto your toes, if you wish. Breathing in, come up. Breathing out, come down. Breathing in, come up. Imagine expanding. Breathing out, come down. Should you choose, this time stay on your toes. Breathing in, come up. Pointing your toes if you're lying flat. It's all right to wobble. You don't have to be on the tiptoes. And as you breathe in, lengthen a bit more. Or wobble a bit more. As you breathe out, soften. Breathing in, rise up. Breathing out, soften. There's nothing wrong with holding on or just bouncing on your toes. And let that go. Have a little shimmy. Have a little shake. We're going to have a little breath of joy, our style, and that we do this regularly. That's because we like it. So breathing in, arms up. Breathing in, arms down. Breathing in, arms wide, open the chest. Breathing out, arms back. Breathing in, arms up. Breathing out, soften the knees, hinge from the hips and whoosh, whoosh, or whoosh, or whoosh, depending on you and your body and your needs. Same seated. Breathing in, arms up. I'll come to the middle. Breathing out, arms down. Breathing in, arms wide. Breathing out, arms back. Breathing in, arms up. Soften the knees, hinge at the hips and whoosh, whoosh. Oh, whoosh. Knowing what is right for your body. We'll do one more, standing up or seated. I'll stand up. Breathing in, arms up. Breathing out, arms down. Breathing out, in, arms wide. Breathing in, arms back. Breathing in, arms up. Soften the knees, hinge at the hips and whoosh. You might hang a little bit. And then generously bend the knees and rise back up. Oh, noticing how that feels. Maybe have a little shake actually. Shake your hands, your arms. Shake them up, shake them down. Little wiggle of the hips. Really is a rave in the Zoom room now. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to try a goddess. Because you are all goddesses. Okay, feet out just where they want to land. It doesn't have to be wider than that. Same in the chair. Feet out where they land. Same lying down. Feet out where they land. And bending the knees so that the knees are going in the same direction as your toes. So you're not doing some weird thing. Well, you can if you want, but I don't want you to hurt yourself. And keeping the knees over the ankles. So you're not sort of going, ooh, don't do that. Knees over ankles. Okay. So first, just softening into goddess and coming out. You might take hands to heart and coming out. You might cactus them and coming out. Or you might take them overhead. Goddess. Not pushing, not forcing yourself. And then it can be slight. You don't have to come into a deep bend. Maybe in and out. Maybe breathing in and lifting a little. Breathing out and softening. Breathing in and lifting and softening. And for those who want to, this is just an invitation, you can do a wobbly goddess. I know we're all wobbly goddesses. Onto tiptoes, onto tiptoes, 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 tiptoes. Beautiful. And let it go. Have a little shimmy, have a shake again. And let's do some massage. Come knee massage. So fire, you can be seated if you want. Fire, a rub, so you get a bit of friction. Bit of friction on your arms, on your chest, head, belly, back, legs. And pause. Earth. Hit and press, they say, but don't actually hit. Tap and press. No friction. No movement across the skin. Arms, head, chest, back, legs. Wind is a tickle across the skin. Noticing how your body responds to the different sensations. It's your face, chest, back, legs. I might use the chair. Water, long strokes away from the body. Head, your hair, chest, back, legs. I love the water. Space. Wiggle of the hips, wiggle of the shoulders, wiggle of the arms, wiggle of the legs. Playful, fun, can be micro, like a mini jelly. And let it go. And come down to seated. Slurp of the tea. Letting your body settle. Noticing your heart rate might have gone faster. Letting it settle again. Your breath settling. But still feeling the echo of the movement. Bringing awareness back to your breath. Noticing that point where the breath moves from the external air to the breath in your nostrils or your mouth. It might be a different temperature. Even on a warm day, it might feel cooler. Depends where you are. Noticing the flow of the breath at that point of your nostrils or your mouth. And then following the breath from the outside world through the nostrils, down into the lungs and expanding through the chest. Perhaps imagining it filling all of the chest, the lungs, the heart, the ribs, the muscles, the fascia, the skin. All of the chest being nourished by the breath. And then following the breath from the outside world, through the nostrils or the mouth, down into the lungs and filling the chest. And filling the belly and the pelvis. Maybe you can feel the belly move as the breath allows it to rise and fall. Maybe you can feel that slight pressure on the pelvic floor as the breath allows it to expand and soften. The belly and the pelvis being filled by the breath, nourished by the breath. The organs of digestion, reproduction, elimination. The bones of the pelvis and the lower spine. The muscles. The diaphragm above, between the chest and the belly, and the diaphragm below at the pelvic floor. It's like a diaphragm as well. The breath bringing nourishment, expansion. And then following the breath from the outside world, through the nose or the mouth, filling the chest, the belly, the pelvis, and moving into the limbs. So as though the breath is spreading out through the legs and through the arms. Through the legs right down to the toes, through the arms right to the fingertips. The breath filling the long bones of the arms and the legs. The tiny bones of the wrists, the hands and the ankles and the feet. The muscles, the skin, the breath nourishing the limbs. And then following the breath from the outside world, through the nose, through the mouth, filling the chest, the belly, the pelvis, the legs and the arms, and filling the head, filling the eyes, the ears, the skull, nourishing the brain. The breath bringing nourishment to the whole body breathing. The whole body expanding, the whole body softening. Resting with the breath. Inviting a deeper breath. Inviting movement from the breath. Maybe a stretch. Maybe a wiggle. Taking the breath, letting the breath take you into your day. Maybe you can pause to feel into it throughout the day. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to stop the live stream. Go and check in with the Zoom room. Oops. Slidey, slidey.